All right. Speaking of direction, though, let's get to it. Best director. Jay, what do you
Man,
got?
No,
it's a big
this is
one.
a category.
And I mean, before we just get into it, we just need to acknowledge how many all-time cinematic auteurs made movies in 2023. It is kind of astounding.
Yeah.
Like, my
Do
my
we,
list here.
Should we, before you get into it, Jay, what are the chances that we all have the same pick here? Pretty high, right? We think?
We all have the same winner.
Winner. Yeah, not nominee necessarily.
I think
but
that
winner.
it's
I think it's pretty.
decent.
I think I
Pretty high?
think we can pretty
think
much bet money on
Not
it.
the same winner. You need to adjust your damn ballots. Right?
Yeah,
That's what I say. Also,
Yeah.
and JD, going back to what you were just saying real quick, those people on the internet, I coined the phrase now. They're just ding dongs. I'm bringing that back.
Ding dong.
And then
Jabronis.
Yeah.
jabronis,
Ding
ding
dong.
dongs.
Yeah.
Yeah, just call them
Okay.
ding dongs.
All right,
Jabronis
fair
Ding
enough.
Dong.
All right.
I think
so,
I would say there's a better chance than not that we all have the same winner for director, but we'll see. But
Elizabeth,
it's kind of,
thanks for Cocaine Bear.
we've got 4
but,
nominees.
but let me just
Nominations.
throw this hypothetical out there. If prior to 2023 you were to say there's a Michael Mann movie this year, Jay's going to love it, and he's not going to have Michael Mann on his best director ballot, odds of that would be pretty low. But
Yeah.
he's not on my ballot. He's probably my 6. But my nominees are,
pretty crazy.
my first nominee here is going to be like number 1 on the Jay's guy list right now. Sean Durkin is like my guy.
Of course.
He
Yeah.
is.
The Durkin
He
Hive,
is,
as you call
I
it.
guess.
Yeah, and the Nest a couple years ago was my number 2 of the year, and now with the Iron Claw, he's only further solidified him as kind of like my must-see directors working right now. That movie
You're welcome,
to
Jay.
me is like so devastating.
You're welcome.
Next, there's a little guy by the name of David Fincher who made what many people are claiming to be a minor film in his filmography, The Killer, which I wholeheartedly disagree with. I think it is in many ways a turnkey to his inner self, like his most inner self. Fascinating film. Todd Haynes for May December, who has made, again, just like this very provocative, thoughtful, funny, honest film. Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, and Martin Scorsese, maybe you've heard of him, for Killers of the Flower Moon. What a freaking list right there. But my winner's going to be Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, and I will just not say anything more and move on to Ryan.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. I mean, this is why I'm looking at the 2024 list of films, and I know you guys will be doing that in a couple weeks. And I'm like, I don't think that year is going to be good at all, because this year is such an embarrassment of riches from so many directors that I love.
So
And-
so 2023 is going to be both the best and worst movie year of all time because nothing
Yeah.
can live up to it now.
I mean,
Exactly.
truly,
Spoiled
if
us.
you go down the list, Nolan, Scorsese, Durkin, Haynes, Fincher, Payne, Mann, Miyazaki, Coppola, Schrader, Wes Anderson,
Kurzmaki, Song, Stileski,
Kelly Reichardt,
Glazer.
Steven Soderbergh.
Gerwig. You know what I mean?
It's astounding.
Payne. Yeah, you mentioned Payne. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glazer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
incredible. So Hayao Miyazaki for The Boy and the Heron.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, I don't really need to say much about these guys. You're just gonna get it. Todd Haynes, May December. Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer. Jonathan Glazer, The Zone of Interest, and Martin Scorsese for The Killers of the Flower Moon. I was so close to giving it to really all of them, but I saw a movie in July that kind of blew me away, and that's all I need to say. I'll have more thoughts next episode on that film, and it's a movie called Oppenheimer, and it's Christopher Nolan, and there's no other director this year that even came close. Thank you very much. I'll kick it over now to Brendan.
Todd Haynes for May December, Aki Kaurismäki for Fallen Leaves,
Great pick.
Hayao Miyazaki for The Boy and the Heron, Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, and my last nominee is Wim Wenders for Perfect Days. I almost wanted to give it to Hayao Miyazaki because of how not even personal that film is to him, but like the fact that the movie is kind of about him indirectly. Like, it is very much a director's movie. In some ways, you could say it is the director's movie of the year. But Oppenheimer is the technical achievement of the year. And we talked about it so many times because of its individual components that are so good. We honestly should have had a category for best editing just to honor the editing of the film, which is yet another character in and of itself. But yeah, just Christopher Nolan's facilitation of everything coming together for this movie. It's a grand vision. It really is. And I do think it is technical
the
achievement
Oppenheimer of directors.
He is. Yeah. Totally
He's
blew
the
it up.
Danny Ocean of directors.
He totally blew it up. Yeah.
All right, my nominees for Best Director: Todd Haynes, Martin Scorsese, Christopher Nolan, Jonathan Glazer, and my boy, Wes Anderson. Those are my 5 nominees. And my winner for Best Director, Christopher Nolan. Yep,
Yeah.
you guessed
Heyo.
it. It's Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer. Man, what
They're
an
such
achievement.
contrarians.
I know.
Dude's
Against
rough.
It's his
the
year.
grain.
He should win the Oscar. If he doesn't,
He won the
we're all
Golden Globe
riding.
tonight.
He just won the Golden Globe.
Yep,
Yeah.
there you go. He won the Globe as we're recording, on his way to an Oscar, as it should. That's what should happen. Doesn't always, but yeah, Christopher Nolan with the achievement of 2023. There's no doubt about it. We'll
Globes
talk
are on a
more
roll.
about it in part 2.